Hello, can everyone hear us okay? All right. Welcome to the Creator Nation Showcase stream. Today we're going to be interviewing Kitty from Night Crim. So
Hello.
introduce yourself. Like, what is this all about? What are you doing?
So I am creating a series, indie series called Night Grim. And it's like a dark fantasy thriller mystery that takes place in late Victorian England. And it has monsters, mainly werewolves. And yeah.
Love that. All right. Okay. Let's get going then. Let's move on
Okay.
to the info dump stream. Heyo, can hear everybody okay? Perfect. Welcome, Egerton. Thank you for writing in the chat. All right, let's go. All right. Oh, let me get you to the first page. Actually, there you go. Perfect.
Awesome.
Night cream. All right. So let's start to the first one. Ready?
All right, ready.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. Okay, so Nightgrim, it's a passion project of mine. So I'll just read you the description of it real quick. While on the search for his identity, monster hunter Jack pursues the unseen terrors of Victorian London, England. His life takes a ghastly turn upon receiving an uncanny invitation and learning of a growing lichen revolt. Um,
Oh.
so it's like I said, dark fantasy, thriller, mystery. And I have like the rundown of the project is that I have a whole story planned out, 3 seasons. And the first season is around 16 episodes. Um, and the main monster is, of course, the werewolf. And it's kind of it's inspired by my own love for like classic monsters, and I also
Ooh.
love right? I also love mythology and history, so I really want to explore like all those elements in it.
I'm a big fan of that. I've always loved classic monsters. It's always been my thing. So I'm really excited to see more shows about it.
Right? It just they're so underappreciated, dude.
All right. Would you like me to switch the slide?
Sounds good.
Okie dokie.
Okay. So the world of Nightgrim is so it starts out in Victorian London setting. So the year it starts out in is 1893. And so it's Victorian London. And so in the pictures on the bottom is one of the settings in the pilot. And these are done by a wonderful artist, Margaret Chen. She's awesome. And so that's just like a little sample of one of the settings.
Let's zoom in
And
here.
this is a tea room. And so
Ooh.
I really want to explore the like kind of industrial revolution going on at that time, while also like the colliding of possible monsters lurking and stuff.
I love
Um,
that.
right. Thank you. So yeah, so it starts out that way, but then there's then later again in the pilot is a this like so there's a in this world of Nightgrim there's a secret society of monster hunters called the Council of Habel. And so the top pictures, the one on the left, yeah, that one is
Yeah.
done by another amazing artist by Mike Eubanks. And that's inspired by medieval monasteries. And
Ooh.
yeah, so it's like really going into the history of like England and the British Isles in general. Um, and yeah, so they're kind of like, secret society monster hunters. No one knows they exist. um, so
And you made this
yeah, so
background?
that's the basic world that we're introduced to.
Sorry, and you made this concept art?
I'm so sorry.
And you made this concept art?
I didn't. I wish I did.
It's so
That
good.
this one is by Micah Eubanks. They are an
Ooh.
amazing artist.
I love that. And then this is like a little room, right?
And that one is one of the interiors of the guest chambers in it, and that one is again by Margaret Chen.
Wow. Okay. I love these backgrounds so much.
Right. Ugh, I feel so like blessed and honored to work with these artists, dude. Oh my gosh.
Great start so far. All right, let's move to the next slide.
Awesome. Cool. And then continuing on, these ones I did do. And this is one of the main settings in the series in general is the main character's room, his living quarters, if you will. One of the things I really wanted to explore in Nightgrim, along with the historical stuff, is the like rookeries of London at that time, because
Mm.
no one really talks about them, and I find them really interesting, especially because this time period is very romanticized. So this is like the opposite of
Oh, I love
romanticizing
that.
it.
Yeah.
So I thought it'd be really fun to explore that a bit more. And so he particularly lives, the main character Jack lives in the St. Giles Rookery, and at this time period, that was like the worst. A rookery is basically like a slum, or if you will, or in that
Mm-hmm.
in London, and so this particular part of the city was so bad they didn't even record it.
Oh
They
my
did not
god.
want to enter it. So I thought, oh yeah, that leaves a lot of creative liberties, and just so I'm having a lot of fun with the designs for this area of Nightgrim.
Oh my god. Typical. They wouldn't record it. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I love the backgrounds here too.
Thanks. These backgrounds here are going to be used in the pilot that's being worked on, so I'm very excited to
Oh, cool.
show them.
All right, let's move on to the other one. Let me just quickly
Awesome.
zoom out here. All right, perfect.
Perfect. Okay, cool. So I'll then move on to characters. So first of all, we have our beautiful protagonist, Jack. And I'll just read you his little description I have for him. Selfless yet defiant young man, Jack is a bit rough around the edges, who, since surviving on the streets of London as a young orphan, relied on himself for survival and protection. Jack is often misjudged as cold and simple, but the hardened exterior simply shields the thoughtfully complex soul underneath. He has trouble expressing himself due to this, so he carries a journal on him at all times to help sort out his thoughts and feelings while on his path to find his identity. So that's his little description.
Just solid character design.
Oh yeah, thank you. I really wanted to make him unique, but still, because he's not the most um he's not very prim and proper. So I really wanted to also like touch into that kind of design for him. Um, he is a monster hunter, of
Mm-hmm.
course. And but he's an independent monster hunter, and he's a little different than other monster hunters
I
because
see.
he's kind of sympathetic for monsters, just a little bit.
A little bit of a
um,
freelancer.
yeah, he's a freelance monster hunter. Yeah, exactly.
Gonna zoom into the
Um,
expressions here as well.
yeah, his expressions usually are he goes a little bit more into the sad spectrum. um, but it's just because he's a soft boy. It's okay.
Oh,
He's very much a gentle giant.
I love that. How tall is he, by the way?
I'm sorry?
How tall is he, by the way? Oh, it says here 6'3".
Oh yeah, he's a tall boy.
I love that. We all love tall, gentle giants.
Yes. Although don't get him mad, because it's hard to get him mad, but once you get him mad, it's over for you.
I also very much
um
like the nose you picked for him.
oh thanks. Yeah, I don't really see a lot of like I don't know why I love different nose shapes. But I really like the idea of playing around with different nose shapes. And so for him, I really wanted him to have like a broken nose. So his nose is kind of crooked.
I'll zoom
um
into the broken nose picture. Here we go. There we go. So it's kind of the shape. I love that.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Let me just move in. Let me actually ask you some questions too while I'm at it.
Sure.
Let me just get them here. I have them written down. I promise. So one of the questions is, what led you to creating Nightgrim?
Oh geez, a lot. So Nicrom actually was an idea that came up like when I was 12 or 13. And so that was like 10 years ago. And I was inspired by, so I grew up on a lot of monster movies and stuff because my dad he worked a lot with like monster makeup and stuff in films,
Ooh.
so I kind of grew up around it. So I've always loved that kind of thing. So creature features, all you name it. So, but I noticed that there wasn't a lot of like a lot of werewolf stuff, and so ever since I
Mm-hmm.
was little, I've always loved werewolves. I don't know why. So I kind of just started, creating my own like little lore. Now, again, I was 13, so it was like a very simplified version of what
Mm-hmm.
it is now, but that's kind of the start of it. And then when around like 2015, I was like, I'm gonna wait till my art improves a bit more, and then I'll work on it again. So I put it off for a little bit, and then back in like 2019, I was like, I feel comfortable to do it again now. And so ever since, I've been really seriously developing it again.
I love it. I think it's great. Okay, let's move to the
Thanks.
next slide.
Awesome. Okay, cool. This is our wonderful girl, Luella Salo. She is another main character of Nightgrim, part of the main trio. She is, I'll read you her description. I'll let her speak for herself. She is wise and always up for an adventure. Luella Salo is a high class young lady whose nose is always in a fantastical book. Although Luella can come off as strict and overprotective, Luella cares deeply for her loved ones and will go through many lengths to protect them. Although she is a new recruit, Luella wishes to bring honor to her family through her crusade against monsters. Um, so she's very green. She's new to this monster thing, but she's gonna do her
Mm,
best.
I see. I see. Let's see some of the expressions as well. So, zoomed in too much, but we'll do this. Okay. Oh, I love this one so much, particularly. It's very
She's
good.
such a sweet character. Very like I wish she was real so that I could just be best friends with her, dude.
Yeah, man, I feel that sometimes.
She's just she's like a lot of her expressions I
Oh.
get inspiration from Mary Poppins, because she's just a lot of that like
Mm-hmm.
fluffy, like she can be serious but she's really nice, you know.
Yeah.
um and she's just very sweet character. And so with her being like a new recruit, because unlike Jack, she actually is like working for the secret society. She's kind of learning everything along with the audience. So she's the character that the audience
Mm.
kind of like, okay, so we're learning with this, learning all this with her, you know?
That's really good writing wise. Like, it's always nice to have a character like that leads you into the story.
Yeah, I think that was co-scriptwriter Kate's idea. I was like, you are a genius.
We actually have a question from the audience. So Kaylin in Space says, "Are you currently working on a pilot for Nightgrim?"
I am. So currently the pilot is in production, and I have slides for it a little bit later on, including some exclusive clips. But
Ooh.
yes, it's aimed to be finished by spring 2024.
Oh, cool. All right, let's move on to the next slide. I already love him.
Awesome. Okay. This is our beautiful Irish boy, Charles McCabe. He is the third main character of this trio. And again, I'll just read you his description. Astute and charming when called for, Charles McCabe is an opportunist who aims high when it comes to status and connections. Most that know him would describe him as a bit of a snob. And he is, but he hasn't achieved what he calls success by being a pushover. Charles' elitist attitude contributes to his charm as he's headstrong and passionate. He doesn't let temporary relations get in his way and sees to it that he gains what he rightly deserves, no matter the cost.
I love that. All right. Some of the comments from the audience so far are I'm very excited for this by Jacqueline. The East Patch says, "Beautiful tone build into the room design."
Oh my gosh, thank you. Yeah, the artists are amazing. I'm just so thankful to be working with them.
And someone said, "I can tell this is so much passion put into this project. I love the story so much."
Oh my gosh, thank you guys. You guys are the best.
Right, gonna
I'm
same
just
as
excited to share
always.
it with everyone.
I'm zooming into
Um,
the facial expressions.
Perfect. So he is kind of funny because like he pretends to be very snobby and like I am better than everyone else, but deep down he still has that Irish boy who wants to party, kind
Oh
of, you
wow.
know.
Okay, that is good. That is fun.
So So it comes out every now and again, but it helps with his socialization and like, trying to be charming with people and
Mm-hmm.
get information or whatever. No, what's interesting about him though is that he doesn't specialize in werewolves. He specializes in vampire.
Oh,
So yeah, so I'm hoping to like explore a like a vampire episode with him. I think that'd be very fun.
that would be very fun.
So yeah, he's a very fun character, and him and Jack butt heads all the time. So like throughout the series, him and Jack are always like fighting, and Noella's like, "Can you guys please stop?"
Can you just quiet down? I
Hmm?
love that. Someone said, "Can't wait for the pilot. Jack is best boy. No bias energy here."
He is best boy. We love him.
I think that was by Ilnix. I think Ilnix Dare. I think you might know them or something.
Oh yes, Alex Dare. Alex Dare is the voice actor for Jack. Heck yeah.
Oh, I love that. And
Hi
someone
Alex.
said the story and designs are awesome.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
I love the square nose too. Here, let me zoom into
Oh
that.
thanks.
I'm a big sucker for nose shapes, so like every time I see cool nose shapes, I'm like, oh yeah, I love that.
Yes, I like really making a point that every character has a unique nose. Again, I don't know why I do it, but so like he has a square nose, Luella has a round button nose, and then Jack has the like crooked kind of oval nose.
I love that. All right, let's move to the next one. Let's see. Ooh.
Awesome. Oh my gosh, I love Victoria. So I'll read you her description. Victoria is the most pleasantly effronted individual one could meet. As a leader of the Council of Hebel, she cares about one thing only: exterminating the lichen. She is seen as apathetic to others' plights because of this. However, Victoria is a strong leader who manages to stay focused on the task at hand, allowing the Council of Hebel to run smoothly and make great strides in extinguishing the monster presence of the world. If one dares threaten this mission, she will not hesitate to snuff out their flame quickly and quietly.
Oof. That is a good description.
Thank you. She's great. She's such a fun character because like she's probably the scariest character at the moment, but like she doesn't act like it.
Mm-hmm. Those are always the scariest too, because you never like expect it.
Yeah.
And you have a little bit
And
of an animation here as well.
yeah, so that was a little test animation I did when I finished her design. I'm like, I'm gonna see how this moves. So
Hmm. Yeah, it's pretty good. All right.
thanks. Yeah, she's great.
I'm moving to the.
She
Oh, sorry. Go
oh, I'm so
ahead.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say she her little weapon of choice is her cane. She like whacks people if she needs to.
I love that. It's got like a grandma vibe, just like blang.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next one, and then we have some more characters to look forward to.
Yeah, so I didn't put so there's like a whole cast of characters, but I didn't put them all on here because there are certain characters, are gonna spoil certain things in the
Mm-hmm.
story. So so instead I'll give you guys a little taste of some of the really cool, unique characters we have coming up. I love them so much.
I love that these look kind of like playing cards, kind of like tarot cards.
Yeah, this was based off of like the first poster, or no, the second poster I made last year, and like has all these characters in it. And so I took them and then like made their own character posters from it.
Oh, cool.
Um, but yeah, I love these guys.
And then this is like a werewolf transformation.
Yeah, so these are some of like the people on top. Their werewolf transformations are in this lineup. Uh,
Oh,
yeah, those are those last ones right there.
cool.
Of course, werewolves do wear clothes in Nightgrim. I just want to like I will say that, but just for like the sake of seeing how the design looks.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, good clarification here.
So look forward to these guys.
Okay, just making sure I'm clicking the right slide. All right, and then the pilot. Let it load for a little bit. There you go.
Okay, cool. So I'll read you guys the description of the pilot. Um, Jack, an independent monster hunter, is haunted by dreams of a white wolf and the mystery of his identity. Upon receiving a letter from an old friend, Luella, Jack gets dragged into rekindling his past with the Council of Hebel. So that's kind of the not summary, or synopsis of the episode. And currently, the development of the pilot started in like November last year.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so I've been co-writing the script with my co-scriptwriter Caitlin Rowe. She's awesome. And we finally finished it around like February. And we had to actually split the script into 2 episodes because it was so much information. So we are already almost done with the second episode technically. So um, so look forward to that. And let's see. The pilot has 16 scenes in total. And it like rounds up to about 30 minutes
Oh,
at the
wow.
moment.
Let's see if I have a question about that actually. Uh, let's see. Was there any inspirations that led you to like creating the pilot?
To creating the pilot or just the project in general?
It could be the project in general or like the pilot.
Um, okay, yeah. So when I first came up with the idea, like referencing back to a couple minutes ago, when I was like younger, I was really into a manga called The Gray Man, and so I'd have to say that
Oh,
that
that's a good
probably,
one.
yeah, it's so good. And so I was very heavily, not heavily, but I was very inspired by that. And so originally it was meant to be a manga, but then but when I put it to the side 10 years ago and then came back to it, I was like, well, maybe I'll make it a graphic novel, and then that evolved to I'm just gonna make it an animation. so
It's the
so
pipeline.
I guess it just kind of evolved. But I'd say like definitely just yeah, like so that would be like the basis root of the inspiration. But
Mm.
other inspirations are 2004 Van Helsing with Hugh Jackman and the Wolfman 2010 remake.
Ooh, that was really cool. I really like what you did here with like the moving lines.
Thanks. Yeah. So one thing that I really want to do with Nightgrim is so because Jack, the dream stuff is very important for Jack's
Mm-hmm.
character. I really wanted to make sure that people knew that it was a dream and not reality. So the
Mm.
dream sequences are in a very different style than the actual episodes, and they're meant to look like they're drawn or with ink.
Ooh, cool. It's exciting. All right, let's move on to the next slide.
Awesome. Cool. So I wanted to give you guys a little sneak peek of some storyboards. This is a few shots from scene 8, and this is when he visits Luella at the tea room. And this is some of my favorite boards I did, so that's why I'm like, I'll just share these.
They're really
um,
good.
oh, thank you.
Do you do them
They're a bit.
traditionally, or is it like digital?
These are digital, but I did them on my little like app that has like these traditional looking brushes. So
Oh,
um, yeah. So I made myself a little template and just kind of like worked with that.
oh. Someone asked. Kaylin Rowe asked, "Hello, love. How was your favorite part of working on the pilot so far?"
Oh, oh my gosh, so many things. I think at the moment, just like, oh my gosh, I don't know. It's some I love all of it. But I think just seeing it come to life at all is like my favorite part. Like actually seeing the characters move and hearing the voices of these characters that have been in my brain for so many years. And also just working with everyone on the team. Like it's so fun to actually like collaborate with everyone and just yeah, I'd say mainly just seeing it come to life and collaborating with the team. It's just amazing. It's just so inspirational.
Sounds good. I'll move into the next slide. All right, we have a little bit of a sneak peek.
So this is a rough animation of scene. This is scene 6, and again, it's very rough, but it's an idea.
All right, let's give it a look. Does it have any audio, by the way?
Yes, there is audio. No,
Okay.
no, there's no sound design, but it's just the script reading.
Okay, let me see if I can get that audio to work.
Okay.
Hopefully it should
If not,
play.
don't worry about it.
Repeating myself.
Okay. Just in the chat, can everyone hear the audio?
Think on these same thoughts.
Okay, I think it should work.
Repeating myself.
All right, let's make it
Awesome.
bigger.
I need to stop wasting paper and ink on these same thoughts.
Oh, actually, because I have it like cropped. Sorry about this. Let me just quickly.
Oh no, you're good.
Let me just actually zoom into it. I think that might be better right now. So let me get my zoom button. I should plan ahead. No, I'm kidding.
Sorry.
No, it's this one's on me. All right, let me zoom out real quick. I think we just have to see it in like the smaller screen. But
Okay.
let's just. Oh, whoa. Sorry about that, folks. Let me hit play.
I'm repeating myself. I need to stop wasting paper and ink on these same thoughts. First of June, 1893. Lost track of time. Real creature of the night I am. I saw that white wolf again. It always visits in my dreams. No surprise there. But this time was different. This time it spoke. It's never done that before. The time is nigh. What's this dark wolf? I never received postage. Why? This handwriting. My dear friend Jack, I know it has been an awful long time since we last spoke.
3 years, I believe. Upon recently learning of your whereabouts, I felt it was time to reconnect. So I'm visiting London this weekend in hopes we may see one another. Quite a lot has happened, and I would like to discuss something with you. If you are willing, please join me for afternoon tea at Mother's Brew on Thursday, the 1st of June. Your Chuckaboo.
Noel Sala.
Wow, that was amazing.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you liked it.
Oh, it's so good. I don't know how to say this like in another way, but I just want to give him a hug. He just looks so soft.
I know. And sometimes I look at him, I'm like, you know, he looks like he'd be really fun to hug, you know? Like, he's just so tall.
It'd be like the nicest hugs too. He would be like a little shy about it too. Like that looks that looked amazing. The animation's wonderful. I love seeing
thank
the
you.
timing charts. Is one of my favorite things of all time.
Oh my gosh, yeah, right? It's so helpful, dude. Like, savior timing charts.
Someone said, "Go for blue." Says, that's so good.
Oh my gosh, thank you. That means so much.
All right, we're gonna get to questions from the audience soon, since I believe the last slide is this one. It's the cleanup with no. Oh, you did a cleanup of this, man.
So it's not full done. It's not fully done yet. It's only like 5 seconds of cleanup, but just a sneak peek of what like the actual style is gonna look like in the final compositing and stuff.
Sure, this is a treat. Okay, let's look at this. Oh, I need permission for this one actually. So let me request that permission.
Oh, that's weird.
I think I just have to go to the email. Can you check your email real quick just so I can get the permission?
Yeah, that's so weird. I'm so sorry.
It's all good. But yeah, we'll just wait for that, and I'll try to get my questions up as well. I always lose them. But yeah, no, that was a real treat. I really did like that.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Caitlin says, Kitty, you are incredible.
Oh my gosh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you. I'm just like I just feel so like honestly, I'm just so inspired by everyone that I see, like the people I work with and like other people in like the creator nation and stuff.
Mm,
It keeps me very inspired. So thank you guys.
I'm glad.
Okay, it's shared. Sorry about that. I'm
Alright.
like, oh my gosh.
Okay, it works. Perfect.
I'm repeating myself. I need to stop wasting paper and ink on these same thoughts.
Whoa. It's so cool. It's so cool. Sorry, I'm actually like flabbergasted, so that's why I'm looking at it again. This is lovely.
Stop wasting paper and ink
Oh,
on
thank
these
you.
same thoughts.
I love the face shape so much. Just like the style is really, really fun.
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh.
All right, I think we've reached the end. So if anyone wants to ask any questions, feel free to in the chat. We'll wait a little bit because the stream's a little behind, so when we get the questions, we'll start answering them. But this was incredible. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, oh my gosh, thank you for letting me like just info dump on you. I'm always love talking about Nightgrim, so so
I love hearing about people's projects. It's actually quite fun. So like, no problem at all. I really did enjoy this, and I love just knowing about it. So now when it shows up on my feed, I'm just be like, oh yes, I know what happened here. I know who this is. This is Jack.
yes. Our boy Jack. Oh my gosh, I love Jack. Yeah, he's a very he's like a very personal character to me, you know. Like it's kind of funny cuz like looking at all my characters, I'm kind of realizing they're all different parts of my like personality a little bit. And it's kind of fun to look at them that way.
Yeah, I love that. Same thing goes with my characters. Always like little bits of me, and then I find out later, and it's just like, oh my god.
Right?
It's like, how much did I
So
show?
funny. Like, oh no, I'm exposing myself.
Someone said, first of all, they started with crying, screaming, throwing up, sobbing. And then someone said, how big is your team?
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you asked. So, currently, I'm the only animator, but we do have our voice actors, and they're awesome. So we have Caitlin Rowe, who's amazing. She plays Luella. She also is the co-script writer. And then we have Elk Dare, who plays Jack. And then we have Sean Mendham, who plays Charles. And then we have Heidi Tabing, who plays Victoria. And then we also have a art director and cinematographer who worked on with the shot list with me, named Thomas Scott. So we are small but mighty.
Cinematography, that's really cool. I've never seen like a lot of indie projects have like a cinematographer.
Yeah, he is really good at like being a cinematographer. Like honestly, he really understands how the messaging within a composition of a shot or the colors and stuff, you know. So he's great. He's wonderful. He also does editing too. So not for Nightgrim just yet, but just in general, he's also an editor. So
It's really cool. Talking about indie projects in general, what are some indie projects you're a fan of?
oh my gosh. Ooh, too many. Well, let's see. I love yours for one.
Oh, God.
Always yours is great. I love the style. I really like the Tally Ho project. Love
Oh,
that one.
Yeah, Tally Hill's really good.
Because I love the whole steampunk aesthetic and monsters again. Can't go wrong with monsters. The one that you interviewed before, I've started following them. Like, oh my gosh, again, I love it. Howling Woods, right?
Howling Woods, yes.
Oh my gosh, there's just so many I love. It's like hard to count all of them because I think that's the beauty of indie, you know. Oh gosh, I had to like go back and look through. What Circus of Wishes? I think that one looks
Circus
really
of
cool.
Wishes, yes. That is really
Yeah.
cool.
Ringmaster's Odyssey is another one. That one looks great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just naming all of them. I'm sorry.
No, no, go
uh,
ahead, man.
but anyway, I just very exciting, honestly. I think for indie, like it's. I feel like it's a new movement going on right now, and it's so exciting.
I've gotten so used to everyone's projects. It's like anyone tells me to change, I think, oh yeah, okay, that's Caitlin from that's Caitlin from this thing, this one from this one. I know everyone's projects at this point. And it's like in the
Oh
back
my
of my
god,
head, you can tell me, oh, what's this project about? Okay, yeah, I know what this one's about.
I
getting,
love that so much.
it's getting weird. It's like I've read a dictionary, read a giant book, an encyclopedia of projects, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, I can refer you to Jax from from Thought. Yeah, so like I can just refer people, and it's nice. It's nice to just like actually get to like know a little bit about everybody.
Yeah, oh, that's so cool. It's like the multiverse of indie
Yeah,
projects.
definitely, and I like that. It feels like a community.
Yeah, yeah. It's like if gosh darn it, if no one else is gonna support us, we'll support each other, right?
Exactly, yeah, each other's biggest fans. And I'm glad I'm gonna like deviously like rubbing my hands here, but I'm glad that the stream worked for hauling hoods. Yeah, like if you went and looked at it, that means the initial like the purpose of the stream worked. And I'm just like, yes, good. Check each other's
Yeah.
projects out.
Yes. Yes. Promoting them. Yes. It's so cool. It's so cool that you're doing that too. Like it's just like I remember finding the Creator Nation like I think the end of last year
Hmm.
and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, a community I can join." And ever since I feel so it just feels nice to actually know that there are people out there supporting it and promoting it and like keeping each other afloat, I guess you could say. It's just really cool and inspiring.
Thank you.
So thank you.
Well, this has been wonderful. Any like thoughts you want to say, like any last words or anything? We have like we've
oh
got
my
quite a
gosh.
lot of time, so like if anyone wants to ask any questions, anything is fine. Oh, someone mentioned for me your master plan forcing everyone to enjoy indie. I wouldn't say forcing. It's a strong word. Yeah, enjoy indie or else. It's more like I just really like to show people off. I think some people are really small projects, and it's just like, hey, have you checked these guys? This I feel like kind of like when you know a new like new band and you like these niche musicians, and you're just like, have you heard this guy? He's got 25 followers.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
fun.
like I think the reason why indie is so cool, obviously, you know, it's hard because it's less funding and all that. But
Hmm.
I think what's like why I'm so passionate about it is that you keep a lot of your creative freedoms. And
Yes.
with because of that, you see so much more diverse stories and like that wouldn't be approved of in
Hmm.
the commercial industry aspect. And so I think that's why it's so cool because you get to see everyone's ideas without any like restriction and it's really cool.
That was actually my next question was what do you enjoy about in the indie scene? Like how has your experience been so far?
So far I think pretty good. I mean I'm still you know working at always advertising and marketing and whatever, but like again like you know joining the Creator Nation and stuff, I think um everyone's so supportive of one another and I think that's so important. You know, so I think great. It's been a great experience. And just also I feel like you have a lot more like personal relation not personal, that's the wrong word. Like better relationships too with like people on your team when it's indie.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know, I don't know if that makes sense cuz I don't know, I just whereas if it was like a more of an like a industry thing or whatever, it's more like okay, we're just working on this project and then we go our separate ways or whatever,
Mm.
you know. So I feel like you get a lot more passion with like indie creators and stuff, and then because of that, better projects.
So someone said when did you get your idea for Night Grim and when did you start to post it on social media?
Ooh, okay. So yeah, so I got the idea when I was really young, like 10 years ago, my DeviantArt days. um, and in fact, you could probably still find my old account with really old Nightgrim drawings, but we won't talk about that. So technically, like 2014, and then I like pushed the idea aside, and saved it. And then I started working on it again in 2019. I believe I started like seriously posting about it in early 2020, like February. And I started trying to do like live streams of like drawing the characters and stuff while I was developing it more again. And then certain things happened in 2020 and so I just kind of like was like, okay, how can I like, so I just kept pushing through and working on it. And then I think it created the Twitter account in 2021 or something like that. And then the concept trailer was, I think, the kind of the marking point for it, which that was last year in March. So
Wow.
Yeah, so it's just it's been slow, but so basically I started posting about it around 2020.
I feel like 2020 was like the stage where a lot of indie projects actually just took off, because we had so much time like at our houses, and we were just like, well, what are we gonna do with all this time?
It's true. Yeah, exactly. It's so true. And I'm so glad about that, honestly. Like I had so much time to really develop a really neat rich story, I think, that everyone's gonna really like.
I'm glad. Jacqueline says, what are the music genre / ambient mood tracks you planned for Nightgrim? It's such a cool concept. Wait, let me try to overall. Looking forward to more.
Oh, that's so okay. I'm so glad they asked that. So we have a composer. Their name is Zhao Mutan, I think that's how you pronounce it. And they're awesome. And so we actually have a whole character theme album that you can listen to. Of all the characters' theme songs, including the characters that weren't shown in the slides. And so the main characters all have theme songs. And so right now the composer is working on the music for the pilot, and essentially the music is like it's like Danny Elfman mixed with like a little bit of Little Nightmares, mixed with a little bit of Howl's Moving Castle. But until then you get to the werewolves, and the werewolves are going to be more Nordic Celtic music.
Wow. I look forward to that. I really love OSTs so much. So
yeah,
the themes are on YouTube right now.
Yeah, there's a whole on the Nightgrim YouTube channel. There's a whole like mix you can go listen to of the character theme album, including the main theme song of Nightgrim.
Wow, I think if I'm correct, let me just quickly check. I could be wrong. I did link a bunch of Nightgrim stuff in the description, so you can go and check out the YouTube channel and stuff like that down there. Someone just said, I just followed your Twitter. I love your story already.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
My plan is working.
Your plan is working. Oh my gosh.
Jack said, let's go. I'm smitten with my heart with those genres. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. Yes, I love that dark fantasy, almost kind of whimsical sound to music. Like I love Danny Elfman. So like
Danny Elfman is so good.
Really though, like honestly, and don't get me started on like Corpse Bride and stuff. That's another like big Nightgrim inspiration. So good.
It's so good. But yeah. Looking forward to it. I think let's call it a stream. So this one's gonna be a little shorter than the other streams, but I do appreciate the time we did spend here. It has been so much fun to learn about your project, and I'm glad I could just like follow along.
Yeah, and thank you so much for giving me this opportunity and giving all these other creators these opportunities. I like it. It's changing lives, dude, and I'm just so thankful. Thank you.
Oh shucks. I don't know how to like take compliments. I'm just like good. I do the thing. But if anyone wants to be in the raffle for next month, I'm not sure if I'm going to pick one person or two people next month, because we also have the Indie Animation Day. And I think for Indie Animation Day, I'm going to be doing another pilot rewatch. So we're going to make it all fancy, put on the special VTuber with the tie and the suit, and do a little dances and all that stuff that we did last time, but it's going to be live. So if anyone wants their pilot shown, I'll put that detail soon at the beginning of next month. But I will still pick one person for the raffle. So the raffle is available on our Twitter. I'll post it on the description of this video as well. So just go ahead, like, get your name on there. I'll accept you, and we'll raffle you out for next month. Thank you, everyone, for coming today. Thank you, Kitty, for being here.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Last comment. Absolutely fantastic, Kitty. I'm proud of how far you've come.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. You guys are awesome, and thank you all for the support. It keeps me going.
Keep on going. Well, I can't wait for the pilot. All right.
Awesome.
Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.